Hello everyone and welcome to an unboxing review of the Ashensbox. Now, for those who don't know what the Ashensbox is, it's a box of stuff about famous YouTube person, Mr. Stuart Ashen, who tends to create YouTube videos about things from Poundland, very, very old and expired food products which will make you feel very sick. And occasionally he also does things like old or rip-off games consoles like pop stations and things like that. And what you should do first of all, if you're not familiar with this gentleman, is to click on this box here and go check out some of his YouTube videos. They are very good indeed. Now what we're going to be doing today is taking a look at this, the Ashensbox, which is a recently released product that he's put out there, and it's basically just a box full of stuff about this bloke called Stuart Ashen, who comes from Norfolk. So we'll start off by looking at the box itself, which is basically a shoebox, and it's a black shoebox. There's nothing on it at all. It doesn't say Ashensbox. It doesn't say Stuart Ashen. Doesn't have a picture of him. This t-shirt does. I was kind of expecting this, but I guess we just get a black box instead. But actually, I quite like having black boxes, and it will come in very handy at Christmas because I can recycle it for somebody else's present. And anywho, we're just going to take a quick look inside and see what we've got here. And as always, use the trusty scissors to cut open the box. Thusly, as always, safety first when using scissors. And we'll just pop this open right here. Cut the other side as well. I'm sure there's a certain amount of time you're supposed to spend opening boxes on YouTube videos, and I've probably gone over that limit quite a lot. So here we go, slide this out here. First thing we get is my favourite thing of all, is a lump of black paper. This is very handy if you want to perhaps use it to stop food getting on you when you're having your dinner. You could perhaps craft it into some kind of a moustache. Yeah, so that's very useful, many creative uses, so we'll definitely keep hold of the black crepe paper. Fantastic. And we've also got here, first item, we have something wrapped in more black crepe paper, but this time we have a sticker on there of Mr. Ashen's face, which is very nice. I almost don't want to tear that apart actually, because I don't want to ruin the sticker. Also, it would mean that I'm cutting Ashens in half, so that would be a little bit bizarre, but let's see if we can take this off without damaging the poor doctor. Yep, managed to do that quite successfully. So there's quite a few items all lumped together in one set of crepe paper. So we'll start off first of all with the sticky notes. We have some Chef Excellence sticky notes here, and these are quite fantastic because they have a picture of Dan Tomlinson as Chef Excellence in the movie Ashens and the Quest for the Game Child there, and a little space where so you can put an excellent whatever on there, and that's quite fantastic. It's also not printed on too heavily, so you can use them as regular sticky notes as well and just write a bunch of stuff on there. That's fantastic. It also comes with a excellent pen, a Chef Excellence pen, which is brilliant, fantastic. I'm always losing pens, so I don't know if I'm ever gonna. You see, that's the problem with this stuff. I don't want to use the sticky notes because I run out of sticky notes. I don't want to use the pen because I'll lose it. Never mind. We also have this patchwork thing of a sad onion. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with that because God knows I don't know how to sew. Maybe I can convince somebody to sew that onto something for me. But what? Who knows? But that's a nice little thing to have. It feels quite well made. Nice texture to it. We also have here a rather fantastic well, this is a key ring, I believe, and this is definitely going to be going on my keys because I'm just going to use it to wind people up for no reason. But basically it's a key ring with a picture of Ashens on it, and when you press the button it goes like this. So yeah, you'll never get bored of that, will you? Fantastic. And also in this first lot of crepe paper we've got a mouse mat. Now I don't use mice mats because I find them quite annoying. I just like to have my mouse on the desk as people generally do. But according to Ashens himself, the concept behind this is that it's a mouse mat is nice, laminated, very well printed, and if you don't want to use it as a mouse mat, then just stick it on the wall. So fair enough, probably will do that. Not a nice little thing. So yeah, cool. I may use it as a mouse mat at work, I've not decided. We have one of the more exciting items. However, I'm not sure if this is going to work for me, but we have here a little brown sofa, which is a pretty cool little thing. And the idea behind this is that you'll be able to put your electronic gadgets into the sofa, and it's used as like a little stand thing. So if we put this down here, so fantastic, there we go, a little sofa where you can keep your tat and your tatty objects. Also in this we have one of these, I'm not really a big on YouTube craze stuff, so I believe there's something where you have people having these little wristbands. They're like showing what you're part of. I don't know, I ain't down with the kids, but this one I quite like because it simply states on it quite proudly that this is my wrist. So I'm going to see if I can actually get this on my wrist, because I have incredibly big hands and that is cutting off the blood flow already. So this is going to be a problem. Oh no, now I've got it on. That's not too bad actually. In fact, I might just leave that on because it amuses me. This is my wrist. Yes, it's funny. I found it funny, and just in case people confuse my wrist with somebody else's, it's good to have confirmation that this is indeed my wrist. So fantastic. Just going to clear all this crepe paper out of the way and move on to, we've got a couple more items in here. We have 3 bags of air, which is good in emergency situations. If you need oxygen quite quickly, you can just put them against your mouth, tear and inhale. And I'm hoping that this is just air and not other things that have been sealed in plastic bags, but we will leave those sealed for now because I'm a little bit wary of that. I don't think they would have done any good in protecting the items in here, so we don't know about that. We have a little white box as well. 2 unboxings in one video. You're in for a treat today, folks. And also we have some more black crepe paper. So in fact, lifetime supply of black crepe paper. You will never ever for the rest of your life need as much crepe paper as comes in this box. So if you are short on crepe paper, you need it perhaps for making Christmas decorations, things of that nature, then this is already pays for itself. Finally, we have a letter which is from Stuart A, which I suppose stands for Ashen, and it's a little letter about, hello, many thanks for purchasing this exciting box of glistening tat crossed out joy. It's nice to be able to make some crazy merchandise rather than just the usual stuff like t-shirts and more t-shirts. Nothing wrong with t-shirts. Included in this trave of Ashens treasure you will find a brown sofa, keyring, woven sad onion badge, Ashens mouse mat, Chef Excellence sticky notes, Excellence pen, rubber wrist protector, which we already have covered. However, there is one more item in this box, the crème de la résistance, as they say in some place in Europe, and that is a bobblehead figure of Mr. Stuart Ashen himself, which is a very bizarre item to have, because anyone who doesn't watch YouTube or know of Ashens, which to be honest not really any of my family will, especially people like my mum, explaining why I have a bobblehead of some random bloke from Norfolk on my desk is a little bit of a tricky one. However, oh, it's got polystyrene in it. I really hate the sound of polystyrene, but I suppose it's an evil necessary thing to make sure that it doesn't get damaged. However, we're going to try and get this out without making too much of a squeaky noise there. Yeah, so trying to explain why I have a random figurine of a bloke from Norwich on my desk is a little bit of a tall order. However, fuck it, because I don't care. I like having a random bobblehead, which doesn't actually bobble because I guess it had to have the hand attached to the chin, which is the trademark. But it can't. Oh, I suppose it's not. It doesn't look so much like a bobblehead as so much as a big-headed version of Ashens. It's quite well made, actually, just looking at it. When I saw it on his preview video, I thought it looked a little bit dodgy around the on the paint front, but actually, looking at it up close, it's very nicely made, actually. I will agree with him in the fact that it doesn't look a lot like him in the face area. In so much as it has the beard, but I mean this kind of looks more like him than this does, but that doesn't really matter. You can tell what it is. He's kind of looking a bit more like Simon Pegg here actually than perhaps he should do. Anywho, that, ladies and gentlemen, is an unboxing review of Simon Pegg's box, Ashensbox. And if you enjoyed it, then leave a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. And if you hated this video, then why the fuck are you still watching it at this point? Go away.